In this video, we will know about monarch butterfly. Monarch butterfly is very beautiful and fragile butterfly. Its scientific name is Danus plexippus and its common name is milkweed butterfly. Its common name is milkweed butterfly because it feeds on milkweed plants. Milkweed plants are herbaceous and perennial American flowering plants which named for their latex. Latex is a milky substance contains the poisonous compounds. The kingdom of monarch butterfly is Animalia, phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta and the order Lepidoptera. All the butterflies and the moths comes under order Lepidoptera. The Danus plexippus mostly found in the North America and Caribbean. It has also been established in the Hawaii and Australia. The habitat of Danus plexippus are open fields and meadows with milkweed plants, and this habitat is during the summers. During winters, these Danus plexippus migrates to the southern California and Mexico and live there in cluster. The characteristic of Danus plexippus are they are reddish orange in body color with black veins like markings. There are also black border around their wings with white spots on it. These are the characteristics. Monarch butterfly is dioecious, that is male and female are different but both are similar in appearance. But in female wings, the black veins are thick as compared to the male wings, whereas male has small pouches on their hind wings where they store pheromone. Pheromone is a chemical secretion of male which attracts the female for sexual intercourse. The bright coloration of monarch is a type of advertising coloration that warns the predators to remain away from the monarch butterfly. Now, life cycle of monarch butterfly. Monarch butterfly's life cycle is a quite complicated process because monarch shows migratory patterns during summer and winter. During summer season, monarch butterfly lives in the North America, and as they are dioecious, so they mate, so the male and the female mate in air. Then female got pregnant and it lay eggs on milkweed plant. The incubation of the eggs to hatch is 3 to 15 days. After hatching, larvae feed on the milkweed for 2 weeks, then undergo molting. After molting, it emerges as an adult. Adults are of two types, the reproductive one and the non-reproductive one. The reproductive one completes their life cycle in the summer season with the lifespan of 2 to 6 weeks, whereas the non-reproductive monarchs are also known as the late summer monarchs. They are non-reproductive during the summer and reproductive during the spring. So they migrate to the south to tackle winter. They migrate to the Mexico and California, which are the south side of the American continent. There in winter season, they aggregate and forming clusters to tackle winter. The winter period is November to February or March. During the late February, these clusters begins to break up and the monarch begin to gather nectar, and in the following spring they reproduce and their offsprings make the return trip to the North America. These non-reproductive monarch butterflies are long distance migrators and they migrate both north and the south, but this is important that individual butterflies do not complete migration both ways. Their great grandchildren's return trip to the north, they die there in south. This is the flow life cycle chart of the monarch butterfly. Northern monarch meets summer in north, eggs, larva, adult, two types, reproductive, non-reproductive. Reproductive in summer follow this cycle, and the non-reproductive migrates to the south, lives there in the cluster to tackle the winter, and then the following spring they reproduce and the adults goes back to the northern monarch, and the cycle repeats again and again. This is the summer part and this is the winter part. Now the defensive nature of the monarch. The larvae of the monarch feed on the milkweed, whereas the adult gather nectars from the flower. It is economically important also Monarch butterfly is economically important also because it helps in the pollination. Eating milkweed as a larva causes the monarch to store alkaloids which are poisonous. Monarch sequester poisonous compounds such as cardinoloids, cardiglycosides from the milkweed plant. These poisonous substances accumulate in the body of the monarch, and when a predator, an animal, eat the monarch with these poisonous compounds, that animals get sick. The animal do not die, but they get sick. And that particular animal learn to associate these warning colors with a bad experience. When animal feed on the monarch, they noticed the color of the monarch and they learn that they will not further eat that particular butterfly with similar coloration. So this is the mechanism, this is the defensive mechanism of the monarch to avoid their predation. And this type of mechanism is known as aposematic mechanism. But monarch butterfly uses their bright colors to avoid predators. So this is known as aposematic mechanism. But the chemical defense of these monarch is very toxic to their enemies. So the enemies always try to remain away from these monarch butterflies, but exceptions are always there. So some bird species, for example, there are two bird species, black-backed orioles and black-headed grosbeaks. They evolve to tolerate the toxins and they can eat the large number of the monarch without getting the poison. And it has found that this toxin toleration in the birds results from the specific feeding behavior of the birds. This is all about the monarch butterfly defensive mechanism, life cycle, and the basics.